In this video, we're diving into a controversial and eye-opening topic: the 10 countries that may not survive the next decade. While these nations face severe political instability, economic crises, or geopolitical pressures, it's important to approach this topic with sensitivity and a desire to understand the challenges they face. Let's begin. Number 10, Lebanon. Lebanon has been grappling with a devastating economic collapse, widespread political corruption, and sectarian divides. With its currency losing over 90% of its value in recent years, Lebanon faces an uncertain future unless drastic reforms are made. The collapse of its banking system, a massive brain drain, and lack of basic services put Lebanon at risk of further fragmentation, making its survival in the coming decade increasingly uncertain. Number 9, Haiti. Haiti's political instability, coupled with natural disasters and economic hardship, has left it vulnerable. The assassination of its president in 2021 and ongoing unrest have only deepened its crisis, raising questions about its ability to maintain sovereignty in the coming years. With a lack of effective governance and a country struggling to recover from a long history of instability, Haiti could face partition or greater foreign intervention as its future hangs in the balance. Number 8, Somalia. Decades of civil war, terrorism, and weak central governance have plagued Somalia. While international efforts to stabilize the nation continue, persistent challenges like piracy, clan-based conflicts, and famine put its survival at risk. Somalia's fragmented state could lead to further territorial disintegration, with regions potentially breaking off or falling under the control of neighboring countries. Number 7, Syria. After years of civil war, Syria remains fragmented, with foreign powers exerting influence over different regions. The humanitarian crisis and lack of a unified government cast doubt on the country's long-term viability. Areas under Kurdish control, while relatively stable, are at odds with Assad's regime and foreign powers, and a lasting peace seems elusive. The possibility of partitioning into separate territories controlled by various factions is increasingly likely. Number 6, Central African Republic, CAR. The CAR has been embroiled in a prolonged civil war, leading to widespread instability. Armed groups control large portions of the country, and the government's power remains limited. Humanitarian aid is scarce, and the country's resources are often exploited by foreign powers. Without a meaningful peace agreement or intervention, the CAR could face fragmentation, with its regions being absorbed into neighboring countries or being governed by international forces. Number 5, Democratic Republic of the Congo, DRC. The DRC, with its vast resources and complex political landscape, has long been plagued by conflict. Armed groups, regional instability, and issues with governance have made the DRC one of the most unstable countries in Africa. The potential for territorial fragmentation or greater foreign intervention could threaten its unity and long-term survival. Number 4, South Sudan. South Sudan, the world's youngest nation, has struggled with internal conflict and economic instability since its independence in 2011. Ethnic violence, famine, and a lack of infrastructure have crippled its progress. With ongoing power struggles between ethnic groups, South Sudan could face further disintegration or be forced into a more stable federation with neighboring nations to maintain some semblance of stability. Number 3, Yemen. Yemen's devastating civil war has led to one of the world's worst humanitarian crises. With its government fragmented and foreign powers vying for control, Yemen's unity is under severe threat. The humanitarian cost continues to rise, and the country's future remains uncertain. Yemen may face partition into areas controlled by rival factions or foreign-backed regimes, with its sovereignty severely compromised. Number 2, North Korea. North Korea faces increasing isolation, economic sanctions, and potential internal unrest. The regime's grip on power is showing signs of strain, and with its economy in freefall, the possibility of internal collapse is real. If the authoritarian regime falters, the country could face a chaotic collapse or reunification with South Korea, potentially leading to a new geopolitical landscape in East Asia. Number 1. Taiwan. Taiwan's future remains uncertain due to increasing tensions with China. As Beijing continues to assert its claim over the island, the potential for conflict could threaten Taiwan's autonomy in the next decade. While Taiwan has fortified its defenses, the looming threat from China raises serious concerns about its ability to maintain independence. Whether through conflict, diplomatic pressure, or a potential change in leadership, Taiwan's survival remains a precarious question.